Good morning everyone, welcome back to another day in the wonderful world of handwriting. So, today we are going to be focusing on the letter T. T uses that lovely downward stroke that we use for the letter L. So T is made up of two strokes. The first one goes straight down and then we pick our pencil up and we go across the page. I will show you what that looks like. So we start at the top and we go straight down, take our pencil off the page, come over to the left and cross to the right. So that's one stroke going that way and the second stroke is going that way. So two strokes. That's lowercase t. With capital T, again, we start from the top and we always start with that downward stroke. So that's number one. And then number two is going from the left to the right. So lowercase t and capital T are similar. They both have that downward stroke, but it's where you put the cross that's different. So you cross your T around the middle of the letter or of the long line. So we get to about halfway down, that's where you would cross it. But with uppercase T or capital T, we cross it on top, so that our line going this way touches that top of the downward line. So before we get into tracing our T and the rest of our sheet, let's begin with our name. So I'll write my name, you will write yours, but remember I always show you how to write my name just so that we can talk about uppercase and lowercase letters. So I'm starting with the capital M. So getting up to this top dotted line in the headspace, going down to the bottom body line, and then taking my pencil off the page, and I'm going down, up, down. Now I haven't said it yet, but hopefully you're already doing it. Remember our rhyme, 1, 2, 3, 4 are my feet flat on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8 is my back up nice and straight. 9, 10, 11, 12, this is how my pencil is held. 13, 14, 15, 16, now I'm ready to start my writing. So I'll continue on. Remember the R is like a tree. So it goes down the trunk of the tree and then comes back up and branches. And then S starts over here and it snakes around and around. Then I'm going to leave a finger space and I'm going to write my capital P. Starts on that top line, that's where all our capitals and numbers start. Taking it off, coming back up to the top, going around. And then our R is like a tree, going down on the trunk and branching off. And then I, between the two body lines and the dot. And then O. And finally another R. There, now I've written my name. I'm going to come over and I'm going to trace this lowercase t, and it looks like they've made it into a little person. Right, so starting at the top, going down, taking it off, coming over to the left and crossing to the right. Okay, let's work on our line of lowercase t. So remember the first line is tracing. So paying attention to where the starting dot is, and we've got a little 1 here and an arrow pointing down, and a 2 here and an arrow pointing to the right. So I'm going to start on that dot, I'm going to go straight down, take my pencil off, coming over here, moving across. Remember while you're doing this, have your hand that you don't write with resting on your piece of paper so it doesn't move away. And our next T, straight down and across. And guys, really use your eyes as you do this. So get your eyes talking to your brain and get your brain talking to your hand. Okay, because if you're looking closely, and watching, and then noticing where it stops, then you can take your pencil off at the right place or at the right time. Going across, going down, moving across, going down, moving across. There we go, and I'm quite happy with my line of lowercase t. Remember, if you need more time, you can pause this video, but if you would like to continue, then you can keep playing. So now I'm going to work on my line of lowercase t, but where I don't have finger spaces already made for me. So I'm going to get my pencil, I'm going to start over here, I'm going to go straight down, take my pencil off the page, come across. So now I must leave my finger space because I don't have T's ready to trace. I do have starting dots, which is great, but no finger space is already done for me. So finger space, going down. Now remember guys, when you're writing in your writing book, whenever that may be, when you leave the finger space, you've got to think about, because your T starts from the top, you've got to think about leaving some space here for when you cross your T, okay? Because if you do this, you come over here and you draw your T there, and you try to cross it, sometimes you won't have enough space, okay? So, finger space, and I'm crossing across like that. Leaving another finger space, going down, going across. 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 Great. Now remember, if you need more time to complete that row, then you can pause this video. That is perfectly fine. If you're ready to continue though, then we will keep going. So now we're focusing on capital T, also called uppercase T. So it's got some little, well, it's got our starting dot, but it's also got some little arrows and numbers just to remind us of where we need to start and which direction we need to go in and which ones we need to do first. So I can see, here's the starting dot, arrow pointing down, and this is 1. So that will be the first stroke that we make. So pencil on page and going straight down, downward stroke. I've taken my pencil off the page, I'm coming over to where it says 2, and I'm going to write that line across like that, with that stroke. Okay, and I'm going to continue on, taking my time. But remember, trying to keep it nice and smooth. Remember, it's always down and left to right. 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 If you need more time, please do take it. I encourage you to pause the video if you need some more time. If you don't need any more time though, then we can move on to our word. And our word is tap, 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 tap. It's a tap. Also too, I can use the picture as a clue. And this is something we encourage you to do when you read as well. When you're looking at words you're not sure about, you know, do your sounding, you're stretching your word, but also look for clues. That's really important. So I'm looking at our T. So I'm going to start at the top, go straight down, take my pencil off and go across. Then I'm going to write my A. Remember, it's just like our O and all those other round stroke letters we've been doing. So going around, coming up, going back down, And then P. P is, it uses part of that lovely, what we do with the R. So we go down like the trunk of a tree, but keep going, keep going, keep going to get to that bottom dotted line. Come up, come up, come up, come up. Now branch and rejoin. Okay, so we're using that same lovely tree trunk and branch, but our tree trunk goes a lot further. This time our tree trunk has got roots coming off it too. Alright, I'm going to do that again. So going down, taking a pencil off the page, coming across, and then going to our A, going around to the left, down, coming up and down. And then our P, so going down, tree trunk, turning into some roots, coming up, going around. Notice that I'm not taking my pencil off the page at all. Joining. And our last one, so going down, 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 going across, going around for the A. And finally our P, going down, coming up, going around and joining. And there we go, we have done our handwriting on our T sheet. So now time to colour in your tap. So this is a picture of a tap. You turn it, the water comes out. So you can colour in that. You can also colour in your picture of your little person. And remember, we also always have the borders that we can colour in as well. Thanks for joining me in another week of handwriting. Bye.